Hey, now we're going to go over question number 3 from the 3.3 dimensional analysis practice sheet number 1. So the question reads, a family pool holds 2,400 gallons of water. How many milliliters is this? So we got to convert from gallons to milliliters. But remember, one of the first things that we need to make sure that we do is to write down how many significant figures. So we look at this number here, we see 2,400, which looks like it should be 2, but I do have a decimal right here, which means that the trailing zeros are significant. So we're going to go ahead and do that and put that in there. And so we're going to have 4 significant figures. So we have 4 sig figs. So let's go ahead and start the problem with what we know, what is known and what is unknown. So what is known is, and get rid of this strike through aspect. Well, what is known is what's in the problem, 2,400. So we know that there's 2,400 gallons of water. And what is unknown is number of milliliters, and we're just put that as that right there. So our pathway is going to be from gallons to milliliters. And one of the things that we might want to look at is, do we know the conversion factor that we use from gallons to milliliters? So let's go ahead and look at our packet real quick. The packet down here, it says gallons right here. So we got gallons to liters. I can't find gallons any other place. So I can go from gallons to liters, and then from liters to milliliters. That does make sense. So let's go back to the question. And we know that we're going to go from gallons to liters and then to milliliters. So as we come back over here, we're going to go ahead and put what we have in the problem. 2,400 gallons. Okay. Then we're going to put our handy dandy times and a line. Okay. Now we got to determine where we're going to put. So we're going from gallons to liters, and we know that we have to cancel out gallons. So in order to cancel out this gallons, we got to put gallons down here. So we're going to say that 1 gallon, 1 gallon, let's get rid of that again. 1 gallon is equal to how many milliliters? Do you remember what that was? It was 3.75 liters. And we're going to underline that. We're going to double check, make sure that was right. So let's go back to it right here. 1 gallon equals 3.785 liters. So we'll go back to this. Yep, that's correct. So now I can get rid of my gallons because the gallons are over top of each other. So that means that that represents 1. So I can go ahead and get rid of those. So now we're at liters. So how do I go from liters to milliliters? Well, using dimensional analysis, again, we're going to put our times. And we're going to get rid of this right there. And our line, which I'm probably going to get rid of in just a second. Okay, so there's our times and our line. And we're going to put, since I have liters up here, I got to put liters on the bottom. So when I go ahead and do this, we're going to say 1 liter. And again, we're going to get rid of this straight through. And on the top, that's going to equal, if I go from down the staircase, we're going to say that 1 liter goes down 3 steps. So that means I move the decimal over 3 places, and that equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay. Now I could go back and look at page 10, I believe it is, in your packet, and it would really tell you the exact same thing. So just go ahead and you can look at that, or you don't have to look at it. You can trust me. It's there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say that that equals what that equals, but I can get rid of something else. We're going to get rid of our liters, and we always want to get rid of these things first, because we want to make sure that we only have the unit that we're looking for at the end. Because if we don't have the unit that we're looking for at the end, then we did something wrong. So the only unit that I have left over here, all the rest of them are canceled, are milliliters. So I'll go back to the original question. It says how many milliliters? That looks like we should be good so far. So we're going to go ahead and do the math. So we're going to come over here to our calculator, and we're going to put in our 2,400. Oops, not that right there. That was going to be liters. Over here to our calculator, we're going to put 2,400. And that's right there. And then we always multiply the top, divide by the bottom. So we're going to multiply that by 3.785. Divide by 1, but I don't have to put that in the calculator. Then I'm going to multiply this by 1,000 and divide by 1. And I end up with this large number right here, 9,084,000. So I can go ahead and put that down there as in 9, 084, 000. And that is going to be in milliliters. So I go ahead, I need it in 4 significant figures. So I look over here, how many significant figures do I have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 0 is significant because it's trapped in between. These trailing zeros are not significant because there's no decimal in the number. So it's already at 4 significant figures. So there's our answer. Let's go ahead and highlight that. And there's our answer. There's question number 3. Good. Hopefully you got it right. If not, hopefully this what we did here helped you out to learn how to do dimensional analysis.